This is Andre Koen. I want to say thank you so much for joining us. We're going to talk in this episode about the power of yes and. And just to remind folks, this is these set of videos are for those folks who are facilitating dialogue, doing diversity trainings or cultural competence or sensitivity trainings, just so that we can give you a few tools to put into your toolbox that will help you be more effective in having these tough and difficult conversations. And so today we're going to talk about this notion of the power of yes and. But before I get into the session, what I'd like for you to do is, if you could, just like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and if you can leave a comment on the video, that would be wonderful. We'll be doing some book giveaways here real soon through our channel, and for those folks who comment, we'll go ahead and put you in the drawing and make sure that you get access to those materials. But when we start talking about this idea of the concept of yes and, let's start with the other end of the spectrum, which is no but, right? And so what does no but suggest? No but suggests that actually I wasn't listening in the first place. I was just waiting for my opportunity to talk, right? So no, whatever you were saying, I don't agree with, but I have something else that I was waiting to say, right? And so what we know is that contributes to this notion that that I don't value, that I'm not valued, that in this communication or in this interaction, that you really don't care what I have to say anyway. And so what we know about that attitude is that it lowers people's motivation. And along with that is this idea that their motivation can be lowered in other ways as well. So no but is one of those ways. Placing fault on people, blaming people, guilting people into things. These are all efforts that actually stop authentic communication from happening, and it diminishes people's willingness to give their discretionary effort. And we'll do a whole conversation on discretionary effort. Just recognize that it is one's motivation, right? So these are the things that stop motivation from happening. But on the other end of the spectrum is this what encourages people to give more, to talk more, to engage more. And it really is sparking curiosity. It is problem solving. It is letting them know that they can be helpers in any given situation. And so we know that when this is present in a conversation or an interaction, that I feel that people feel like you're genuinely asking for their assistance in a process, then their motivation goes up. And so that leads us to this notion of yes and. And so I stumbled onto this concept of yes and when I was doing improvisational comedy, right? Or improv comedy. And the first time that I saw improv, I was just blown away. I was like, this is almost like the best illusion or magic trick that one could experience, because they're taking these random things and they're making these stories happen. They're acting these things out. And it wasn't until I actually started taking classes in improvisational comedy that I recognized that it was a set of rules that allowed them to interact and engage in these really dynamic ways. And one of those rules is this notion of yes and, right? So you take what people give you and you build on that, right? So yes, and have you thought about this? Or yes, and I want to support what you're thinking in this. And what I want you to recognize, and I want you to try this on your own, even in your interpersonal relationships. But once you start using this yes and, what you'll see is that there's a ramping up of energy and enthusiasm in the conversation that you don't get from a no but. Right? So yes and really encourages enthusiasm, encourages curiosity and problem solving and people being helpers, and that advances a conversation where no but does not. Right? And so I want to say thank you so much for engaging in this session with us today about the power of yes and I want you to think about any conflict that you've been in, any place where there's been a rub, where you don't feel like you can move forward. Is it because it was a no but scenario? Or is it possible that you can, in future engagements, transform those conflicts into something that is productive by using this notion of yes and? Right. So with that, I want to say thank you for joining us, and please like and subscribe. So if you're picking up what we're putting down, please like and subscribe. Again, my name is Andre Koen. I want to say thank you so much for joining us. We enjoy these conversations, and we look forward to seeing who you become. And we're out of here. Thanks.